to stage. There we are. Okay. All right. There we go.
Hang in there.
Maybe. We're hopefully we're doing what we're supposed to be doing. Oh, good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Thank you. And I just want to thank you for your comfort and guidance as I tried. I was about to cry.
I know.
I was about
It's
to cry,
okay.
people. This is just one of those mornings, which I tend to have difficulties sometimes when it comes to electronics, and Michelle's in
Technology.
charge. Yeah, but Michelle's in London.
Yay.
Yay
We
for Michelle, celebrating their first year anniversary. Good morning, Reverend Cindy. You're just in time. We actually just started.
I know, I heard.
I'm having a little issue.
Oh, is everybody sitting here?
Look, I look up and all my friends are here. Lovely, lovely. And I just, are we on YouTube? Anybody looking?
I can look.
Yeah, we're just going to see if we are because, I like us to be. That's the goal. It's for people to hear us. And yeah.
We're just going to breathe.
We're just
through
gonna breathe through it and know. And it says we're live in our little we are. Look at us here. We're here. We're here. We're lovely. All right. So this I'm going to share to our little Facebook group. Bear with me.
Make sure you have sound too.
Do I have sound? All right, I have sound.
Success.
Welcome. I have no idea what else we have, but we got that. All right. So, hi. Welcome to Soap Sundays. I'm Reverend Jeannie Sovereigns, and this is my guest, Erica Bowman. And we are here today to discuss some spiritual topics, and hopefully you'll join in with us. But since I'm completely all up here in my headspace, before I tell you where we are, what we're doing, or anything else like that, I'm going to pray us in.
Yes.
All right? All right? Because I would like to feel that right now. All right.
Physician, heal thyself.
Knowing that there is only one heartbeat, one breath, one divine essence that is each and every atom, each and every neuron, each and every cell in each and everything, person, place, and thought that is right here, right now. This perfection that is the divine is ever present in each person. And I know this is the truth of me. This is the truth of Erica. This is the truth of everyone within the sound of my voice and beyond. And for this, I am so grateful that knowing and affirming that everything that is supposed to transpire here today will. That everything that needs to be revealed and healed is already done in the mind of God. And for that, I know that we are just the true expression of God having a good time here today. That each person receives exactly what they need to receive. That we are given the grace that is the truth, the joy, the love, the divine knowing that we are God in action. And I am grateful for this. And I know that it is done. So I let it go. I call it good. And together we say,
And
so it is. All right. Now I'm feeling
Beautiful.
There we go. Feeling it now. We here at Sofa Sundays meet at the Unleash Your Life Studios, we like to call it. And that's where I met you at.
Yes.
Right here in this very room.
In this space.
Yes, this is the home of Reverend Dr. Michelle Whittington, and she creates classes, workshops, and right now, Eric and I and a few other people in the room here are going through Best Year Yet 3.0.
Yes. Yes.
And the things that we are creating,
Yes.
world, look out.
Yes.
Scary. I mean, there's a group of people here that are manifesting like crazies. to have the life they love to live.
Absolutely. The creation, the connection, the community.
Absolutely.
It's a gift.
It really is. I have God bumps right now. It really is, like you said, it really is such a gift that we get together, and I don't even know how many there are of us.
I don't
There's,
either.
you know, this room is packed. There's about
Yeah.
30 and online, and Evie will even join when she's in Australia. And I just have to say, welcome back, Evie.
I watched you the whole time I was.
I know. I love that. She makes us worldwide. Yes, we're global. So for Sundays because of that, and we're so grateful. I mean, really. And Chris, if you're watching, mwah, mwah, we love her. We love your sister. Yeah, maybe not live. She watches later, you know. And so, as you might notice, what did you say, hon? What we were calling the black screen today? The unknowing. Yes. So we have the unknowing because Michelle is in London celebrating her 1-year anniversary, and we celebrate her. And all of our items are in her trunk of her car, and her keys are in London.
But they're all safe.
And
Yeah,
you know-
they're all
you know
safe.
where
We
they
know
are.
where they are. It's just, you know, normally there's more. There's more glitz and glamour here. We're pretty basic. And then, you know, I go to do this and was experiencing a difficulty.
Mm-hmm.
So I guess I'll tell everybody what today's topic is, because they normally have cards and they know, but today's a surprise. I have the courage to fix difficulty and transform it into opportunity.
Yes.
Lordy.
And you
Lordy.
thought you were breathing through
I
it.
was breathing
You
through
were
it.
breathing
At
through
one
it.
point I stopped and prayed, and I was just like, you
And
know,
I was helping you. breathe.
you were. You told
Holding
I could
that
feel
space,
that you were
yeah.
holding that space, and Dakota was holding this space, and Ann was holding this space, you know, and like, because, you know, if I was alone,
Yeah.
do you ever have that, right? When if I'm alone, the words that would be coming out of my mouth would not be fit for Sofa Sundays YouTube. I'm just gonna say,
The
like,
Philly's coming out.
yeah, the thing, like, you can hear it, right? My jaw was clenching, it was happening. I was like, why? But that's what happens, right?
Mhm.
When there's a difficulty.
Yes.
Whether it's something as simple as trying to get your stuff to work on your computer.
Mhm.
Has anybody ever had computer issues? Okay. So I know we all understand that one, right? And the funny thing is, I was telling you earlier, I brought my other computer to see if I could but that other laptop is so old that the adapter doesn't even work
Mhm.
to be able to get it. So, you know, and I thought sometimes that's me.
Yeah.
The adapter just doesn't work.
Absolutely. Sometimes it doesn't look like we expect it to
Right.
look, and it's super frustrating.
Mhm.
But it does end up evolving how it's supposed to evolve.
Right.
It's all good.
Right. Because that took, you didn't have any nerves, did you? Because it
No.
took it all away.
Yeah.
Just like we're just like,
I'm like, we're good.
we're doing good.
We're good.
Yeah, we're going to have it here. I just was so excited to have you here.
Thank
We
you.
tried this a
I
couple of
know,
times.
it's an
And
honor to be
yes.
here finally.
So tell us a little bit about you, what you do in the world of form, and
Absolutely.
yeah.
So first of all, it's an absolute honor and joy to be here. I have worked in healthcare administration for the last 20 plus years. But my passion is to inspire, encourage, uplift, and support others on their journey. And so I do some public speaking. I do some church talks. I also am ordained and support people when they get married and write their personal scripts and celebrate their love story with them. I'm very versatile.
Yes.
Yeah. I've lived in Phoenix almost all of my life.
Really?
Yes,
And
I
almost native.
Almost. My
Mhm.
family moved here in 1975, and I celebrated my first birthday here. So,
Yeah. So I
yeah,
guess
I'm
I
native,
think that would count.
Yeah.
Definitely.
it's been good to me.
Yeah, this, you know, we do live in a very, you know, you're saying about versatility. We do live in a very versatile state.
Yes, very much. So.
And, you know, you can be in the water at a lake or in a mountain.
Yes.
You know, within a few hours, you can. My partner and I were just talking about doing some of those things. You know, so
Yeah.
it's just
You can
awesome.
go 2 hours and see snow, or
Mhm.
you can go to the lake and walk through the clear water and give yourself a free exfoliating on the bottom of your feet.
There you go. Yes, that's true. I love that. Oh, I'll tell you that, you know, when I saw the topic for today's, you know, this month we're doing transformation and resilience for the month of April. And when I saw this topic, I immediately picked up my science of mind to find out some things. And one of the ones that the reading that I had that I want to share is on page 315. And I'll find it here. This one here, because when we're talking about having the courage to face difficulty, this paragraph really goes into some of my life experiences, and I look around the room and some others here. So we enter the absolute in such a degree as we withdraw from the relative. So into God, getting out of the world form here, right? The Bible tells us not to count our enemies. It is not easy, is it, to turn from disease, and in all capital letters, because he likes to scream at us, Ernest Holmes. Know that there is no disease when we know very well that it is an experience of the moment. That's not easy. But the one who can just do this can heal. The all-creative wisdom does not think one thing is difficult and another easy. With God, all things are possible. We must know this, and this power of God must be hooked up with our thought, with what we are doing. Energy unconnected does nothing. It is only when it is used properly directed that it accomplishes things. So that was like a big one to me, was energy undirected does nothing. Right?
Yeah.
Like if you don't hit the switch to turn a light on, there is no light.
No intention.
No intention. Thank you. Right? So that's what it here says. I have the courage to face the difficulty and transform it into opportunity. Absolutely. And I know, Ann, you're going through difficulty into opportunity right now. You know, and the three of us, we share a doctor, and we share a man. You know, taking that opportunity to know that with this dis-ease,
Yes.
right? This dis-ease, that we are going to be hiking and walking and dancing.
Yes.
You know, those are the things. And when we look at the ability to take that, are you a little cold, honey? And give her a blanket so that she's not freezing here. Because, you know, Reverend Jeannie's hot. Reverend Cindy too. Yeah. 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 Like the rest of us are here like, oh my, but yeah, poor Annie. You know, to take that ability to take something that, you know, I'm going to go old school Christian here for a second, to take something that Satan meant for hard and God meant for good, right? They talk about that in Joseph and the money-colored raincoat.
Yeah.
Technicolor. You can tell that I went to the play. So, you know, but to think about that, what you meant for harm, God took and made for good. Talk to me about that.
So when I think when you were saying about flipping the light switch and putting energy towards it, when you are having these challenges, it's very, for me, I would speak for myself, it's very easy to become paralyzed and stagnant and not put the energy, the words, the intention to move forward. Sometimes it's easy to sit in it. But that's where free will comes in, where you have to make that choice, that intentional choice that This is a snapshot in time. This isn't permanent, whatever it is. The trying to get on the internet. You're
Right.
not going to be experiencing that 2 hours from now.
Right.
That was a snapshot in time. And so knowing that energy is constantly moving and what we experienced 5 minutes ago is not what we're going to experience 10 minutes from now. I know for my 50th birthday last year, I went to Grenada by myself, beautiful Caribbean island. Somebody invited a category 4 hurricane
That was nice.
to my 50th birthday.
Right?
And
I wanted to be blown away.
I'm like, good gravy. And I'm by myself. And so we had to shelter by ourselves in our room. And I'm so grateful for all of the people that reached out to me that were concerned. I kind of became a reporter on the scene, doing blogs on Facebook. But I didn't have any fear in that moment. And it was the best 50th birthday gift I could have gotten, because that storm that I was in that moment is not the storm I'm going to be in, or not the storm that I'm in now. And it's that constant reminder that life is moving, energy is moving, and I, as a sovereign being, can choose how I show up, how I react, how I participate. And I choose to think the best. I choose to know that things are, it may be a blip, but it's an opportunity.
Right.
An opportunity for a reset, an opportunity for self-reflection, an opportunity to adjust and shift. Shift happens.
Shift does happen. I love that. I love that. Yes, Cindy. I don't know if do I have a microphone? I do not have. We are
Okay.
just talk
Okay.
loud.
I will use my mom voice.
Thank you. Thank you.
So, as most of you know, I had a illness that lasted a long time. And I would say, you do fight, fight, or freeze.
Mhm.
And there was moments when I absolutely froze, that I was in my chair, that I absolutely froze. And that's where community comes in.
Yes.
Because reaching out to community, that is what got me through. The people, a lot of people in this room, just many things. And then I decided that I could do things from my chair. So I called it a magical chair.
Yes.
And I could send inspiration. I wrote something for a book, all these things I could do in a chair without freezing,
Yes.
but community for me was key.
Right. So you took community to change
Right.
that,
To transform.
to transform, right?
Mhm.
And very interesting, because then like you reached out as well, even though you were alone in that situation. I remember following you on Facebook during that time. But yeah, reaching out to community to, say, I'm here,
I'm safe.
I'm safe.
I feel safe.
Yeah.
And just to know, even though they're not physically there, but to feel loved and supported and
Right.
uplifted,
Exactly.
because we're not meant to have this experience alone.
No,
We're not.
no. If we are all one, which we are,
Right.
we are all one, then it takes all of us as we come into each other's, realm to create and feel and have that experience.
Yes.
And there are time periods where I want people out of my realm. I'm most
Right, right.
Right.
It gets a little
Yeah.
tough.
Yeah. Sometimes it can be a little too peoply with the people out there. Absolutely. That happens. And that's when you take your tribe of cats in, right? Or, sometimes it gets a little too catty too. I'm just gonna say. But having that experience, like you said, of your tribe, I felt the same thing when I was recovering from whatever thing that, I was gonna say,
Right.
joint du jour, that was being replaced. Having that opportunity to recover. And I also did things that I hadn't normally have the time for.
Yes.
I did online. There are so many free online classes
Absolutely.
that I'm interested in.
Yeah.
You know, I really could be in front of my computer 8 hours out of the day sometimes, you know. And so there were so many things that I got to experience that while I'm working my 9 to 5, or I don't have
Yes.
the time for it.
Yes.
So there was the opportunity again,
Yeah.
an opportunity to spend time in things that I love to do, that I love to experience, that I don't always have. So moving that particular disease to that, you know, as we experience other people having life quakes,
Yes.
whether they're having, you know, it's happening with their family members, or maybe we've lost somebody, you know, and then now taking that and having an opportunity. And I know you've experienced a lot of that this year.
Yes. And it's just April.
Thank you, first
but-
quarter. Yeah.
But to capitalize on what Reverend Cindy said, the community and connection is so important. And sometimes we have to reevaluate that. Sometimes that's an opportunity when we are having shift that happens, and maybe individuals that we have counted on or that we've shown up for maybe don't have that level of reciprocity. And so maybe it's time to evaluate or reevaluate, because it's so important to make sure that you have people that are in your circle, that there is that mutually respectful, authentic love, care, and connection. If I'm pouring into you or somebody else, and whether it's showing up, you're not feeling well, let me send you a DoorDash. How do you want to spend your birthday, whatever it is, and there's not that level of reciprocity, I have found in times that I'm putting deposits over and over again, and then I hit that bankruptcy because there's not that reciprocation. And so to take those opportunities to find environments where we can connect, like true soul connection, is so important. I think if COVID taught us anything, the days of superficial conversation are over. I want the deep heart connection and conversations.
Absolutely.
Like, truly, how are you? How are you today? How can I support you?
I love that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's so, because if you have that tribe, your tribe should be reminding you of your greatness.
Absolutely.
Your tribe should be giving you that gentle reminder, like, do you know how awesome you are? Do you know how awesome you are?
Yes, thank you.
Yes.
You are awesome. Yes, Anne. Give your mom voice.
Erica just kind of made my point. When I raised my kids, I talked to them about that their emotions and their feelings and their energy was like pennies. And how many of you only have a limited number of pennies to invest in people, and if you're not getting any pennies back. So I mean, it just, you talk about making a deposit, making a withdrawal. I mean, it really is about I mean, I do that in my own life. It's like, 10 years ago, I was putting out a lot and not getting much in return until somewhere along the line I figured out I deserve something a little better. And now the people in my world are there for me in a heartbeat. I mean, the whole trip, I wouldn't have gotten through Texas if it weren't for my tribe, reminding me this is how it's going to turn out the way it's supposed to, divine right order. And so,
and holding that's, I think that being a space holder is so important. People do not give the credit to that is.
Yes.
Just knowing that there is somebody out there with the energy and your name attached to it with, I got you.
I'm going to stand in the gap.
Yes.
I'm going to stand
There's
in the
like
gap.
a big deal in that, there really is.
And it's an honor.
Yeah.
to be able to stand in the gap with somebody, to hold space with somebody.
To be asked.
Yes.
Yeah.
To be asked.
That's true, because a lot of times, again, I think I said this last week, firstborn women, strongest men you'll ever meet, right? And, but that whole concept of, no, I've got it.
Yes.
Yeah.
I've got it. Can I help? No, I've got it. I have so many bruises in my body from no, I got
Yes.
it. That, yeah, no.
I'm the youngest and I subscribe to that because that was my father.
Mhm.
God rest his soul. That was his love language. Be quiet, I got it. Sit down, I got it.
There you go.
And I picked that up. And having health challenges myself, it's funny because I think about the times in which I would be hospitalized in a private droplet precaution room, like I was the outbreak monkey, isolated. And I would be so upset because I'd say, oh my gosh, all these people that I've shown up for and nobody shows up for me. I never told anybody, but I was sitting there with my jaws tight because be quiet, I got this.
Right.
I got this.
Yeah.
But then when I did that emotional, mental, spiritual reset and coming back to the truth of who I am and what I deserve and what I'm worthy of and my divinity and my divine nature, I shared with people and they showed up. But it's easy to be like, nobody shows up. Well, you didn't ask.
Yeah, and if they don't know,
Right. One
Yeah.
of my favorite phrases that anybody that knows me knows, you have to ASK if you want to GET. People
like
are
that.
not mind readers.
No.
So you have to ask if you want to get. But it is important to have that connection so you know the people that you're asking that they will reciprocate. Reciprocity is everything.
Absolutely. One of the things that with what you just said that really strikes a chord with me is that you said once I got into the spiritual part
Yes.
where I was present to be
Yes.
able to ask. So that no, I got it came from not being present,
Yes.
forgetting that giving and
The truth.
receiving
Yes.
are the same thing,
Yes.
right? I love to give.
Yeah.
So who am I to take that away from somebody else? Who
Right.
wants to give?
Yes. And for somebody to be able to honor you and show up in a way that you have shown up for them. Because most people are eager to do that
Yeah.
in your tribe, but we sometimes don't give opportunities for that. And so to give that opportunity to say, you know what, I do need some support right now.
Right. And that allows others to have that transformation and that
Yes.
resilience because they get to show up for you.
Yes,
And, and it's hard to ask.
it is.
It is so hard to ask.
It
I would
is.
rather people be mind reading.
I'm
gonna be honest.
right.
Yeah.
And it's
But you just know what I want right now.
right. And I'm gonna pout because you didn't show up. And
Yeah.
You're not a mind reader.
Yeah. And then people are like, well, what's wrong with her? And now you want to talk about people that aren't showing up for you. Well, she's always mad when I'm around, so I'm just not going to be there. Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah. Yeah, it does. It's something that when you are showing up and you are spiritually present, mentally,
Yes.
emotionally present, and that does not mean stable.
Right.
That just means present,
Yes.
right? And saying, I need help.
Yeah.
I'm having this experience, and I need you to remind me of my divineness.
Yes. I likened it to, with my experience, a spiritual amnesia that I'm detached. I'm not in integrity with my divinity. But when I am, even when it is the toughest of times, because as you said, it's April and I've experienced some significant losses in my life and like life transforming losses. And it would be very easy for me to just sit on the couch like a
Mhm.
sack of cornmeal and detach from the world. But because I have chosen to move through this life intentionally in times of discomfort, I can still be present even while life is going on. Life is going to happen. It's always going to happen. But I can still move through it. I can show up for myself. I can show up for others. I can get dressed and come to this opportunity to be able to sit on the sofa with you.
Yeah.
And even though life is gonna, I have a best friend, a bestie, and she always says, "Life be lifing,"
Life be life.
and life is gonna life. But that doesn't mean I have to shut down and shut out people.
Yes. So, when, boy, I had to have a heart stent put in because I kept on passing out and didn't know why. So I had a heart stent put in, but about a week after that, I was having pain in my heart, in my jaw, and it's going down my arm. I am not stable. So I'm calling the first time I ever had to call an ambulance. And so they come, they pick me up, they take me to the hospital. I'm calling my girls on the way because this feels like a heart attack. It just does. And so when I got to the hospital, I was like, I need prayer. I am not stable. I am going to text Reverend Jeannie. And I did. And she sent me a prayer right then. And it just calmed me. It grounded me. I felt the love. I felt her presence. I felt love. Even in the midst of unstableness. Yes.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. No, we all know, like, that's when when we have those life quakes that say, I really don't know what the next moment is going to bring me, and I'm scared.
Right.
People forget that, like, I loved when you said about the moment you're in here now is not the moment that like
Yes.
life is changing. But when we are in that moment, saying, right, where everything has now just, I feel like, whooshed away, like there is no background. We, and we're just like, I am floating in this unstableness, this help me.
Yes.
I guess one of the things that I struggle with, like, it's if there's an action that I want to have happen or not happen, I know how to ask for support with that. What I'm dealing with right now is this limbo that I have no control over, supporting my daughter who's in limbo and has no control over, and just, I keep saying it's almost over. We just need to hang in there. But there's like, I don't know how to comfort her because I don't know how to comfort myself.
Right.
It's like, okay, well, I'll just stay stoned all day or something. I don't want to think about this. I just want it to be over. But limbo, that's the tough part. I don't know how to ask for support in that. Come keep me busy. Come watch a movie with me or something.
Yeah. And like you said, the limbo, I agree. I have been on the other end of waiting for the is it or is it not call. And every time I have a friend that goes through that, I go, let me tell you, what you're in right now is the worst part. Right? Because when you know, then you can make a decision. If I know I have cancer, I know what I need to do. If I know I don't have cancer, I know what I need to do. But it's that waiting, of that part where we don't know, that limbo, absolutely. And the only thing that, like, I loved what you said, come keep me busy. Those people that are like, hey, you want to stay on the phone with me?
Yeah.
Right.
All you have jobs. It ruins my day.
Yeah.
There
you go.
Or one of the things that I find myself doing and my friends doing, what are you watching? What are you watching that's brought you joy? What podcasts are you listening to? Do you have a playlist that can help me either dance it out?
I can say yes to all three of those.
Liquid Mind Radio.
Yeah.
Liquid Mind Radio. There you go.
my daughter Savannah sends me some amazing female empowerment stuff on Spotify on a regular basis. And I mean, I'm like, I love these things.
Or the right Spotify song.
Right.
There's times where when I have friends that are having different challenges and my Spotify is playing and I'm like, that song is for so and so. I just send it right to them.
Right.
Or if I know that somebody is having a challenge, I will just send a voice text. Sometimes hearing somebody's voice is just so comforting, and it takes you back to that connection, even though they're not physically sitting with you. Just like, hey, what's up? Thinking about you, trusting that things are going to unfold as they're supposed to. That deep inner knowing, because we're not separate.
No,
we're not. We're all connected.
So if you get that
connected to God's source,
if you get that urge, oh, I just thought about so and so. Send so and so and me. Send them a text. Reverend Cindy sends me the most amazing, uplifting text things and stuff. You know, I'm a meme sender.
Me too.
And
you've sent me some beautiful ones. And my dad recently passed away. Reverend Cindy called me. It's so important that we show up for each other and we uplift each other. And we can't change each other's experiences, but we can hold that space and remind each other, you're not alone. I'm here with you.
Yeah. Right. And when you remind people they're not alone, that is transformational alone.
It is.
Yeah.
On both ends.
Right. On both ends. Exactly.
On both ends. Because like I said, most people are eager to support each other. We just need that opportunity or take that opportunity when that person pops in your mind.
Yeah. It's something I think that I don't take enough advantage of. You know, like I think of somebody and then I'm like, oh, I'll call them or text them later, and then I get in my whatever and I forget. And but I'm always so grateful when somebody shoots me a text or a whatever, you know, because life be life, and I love that one, right? Because it's true. There's, you know, so when somebody says, how's your day going? It's like, okay, well, you asked me in this moment and this just happened. And so I'm celebrating. Yeah. And then you ask me in this moment, well, I'm a little annoyed. You know, it's like, it depends on when you've asked me on where and for that, I'm grateful. I am grateful that I get to have the rainbow of emotions. I had, I'm on some Facebook thing where the woman called it a spiritual Cinderella moment, where you've been with the stepmom and the stepsisters, and you know you've been doing all the dirty work, and now your fairy godmother came, and you got your spiritual Cinderella moment. And I think about those glow ups sometimes. There are things that I have learned about myself that I probably have been working on for 10, 20 years, and then one day it's like, I get it. And you tell it to somebody and they're like, yeah, I've been telling you that for 10 years. Right. You know, I'm like, I get it.
Yeah, this is the moment.
I understand. I got another reading for y'all. All right. It's on page 292, paragraph 3. To continue to declare that there were no mistakes, there are none and never will be. Say, I represent the truth, the whole truth and nothing but the truth. It is unerring. It never makes mistakes. There are no mistakes in the divine plan for me. There is no limitation, poverty, want, or lack. I stand in the midst of eternal opportunity, which is forever presenting me with the evidence of its full expression. I am joy, peace, and happiness. I am the spirit of joy within me. I am the spirit of peace within me, of poise and of power. I am the spirit of happiness within me. I radiate life, and I am life. There is one life, and that life is my life now. When I read that, I was like, okay. You know, like it was like, I felt that deep within me. Now, trust me, listening and even reading out loud, there are no mistakes when I have felt there have been plenty.
Oh, absolutely.
You know, to know that there are no mistakes, meaning in the grand scheme of who we are as God, there are no mistakes. So I know that there are experiences that look like that. And that, you know, I'm not denying that. What I am saying is that we are here perfect, whole, and complete beings.
Absolutely.
If I believe that about the divine, and I am divine, then I believe it about me.
Absolutely.
And
It's that snapshot. That snapshot that it's not a mistake. And I know about the time that I turned 40. Whew,
yeah,
child,
that's a good year.
honey, I felt like life was happening to me.
Mm-hmm.
It was heavy. It was uncomfortable. It was unpleasant. I kept kissing frogs. I kept having crappy job after crappy job. And I knew just from my background of being a truth student since I was young that I had that spiritual amnesia and I needed to come back home to myself. And that I could use my words, my intentions, my spiritual tools to change my experience and change my life. And when I did that, the stuff that I experienced that was so heavy, that seemed like it was such a big accident. First of all, I was able to acknowledge my role in some of those experiences and accidents. And also, I was able to just see the greater good. Because if that hadn't happened, then I wouldn't be experiencing this and this. And it just really expanded my awareness and has allowed me to move through life, not being stuck in the, oh man, again, or why is this happening? Or it's always something. It's always going to be something.
Yeah, that is not a wrong statement.
Right.
It always is going to be something.
But it's not, I don't carry the heaviness with it.
Yeah.
I'm able to have that awareness that this may really suck for a little bit, but it'll be okay.
Right.
And
It's either going to be over or better.
yes, 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 yes.
So I didn't learn until I was in my 40s either. I was having a good time. And it didn't really, yeah, I had an abusive husband. It was not good. But I went to, after I left my husband and I was starting to get my life together, I went to the Landmark Forum where I met somebody who introduced me to religious science. But at the Landmark Forum, I'll never forget what they said. He drew a circle and he said, on the other side of nothing is everything.
Yes.
Mm.
I love that.
Yeah. Yeah. On the other side of nothing is everything.
Which is great. Just
Right.
to circle back with Anne about that
Right.
that being in limbo,
Right.
that unknown. You know, there really could be everything on the other side of that.
There it is.
Oh, there will be.
Yeah.
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 Mhm.
Yeah.
Right.
There is everything on the other side.
Yeah. And then just that being able to go through that
Right.
and to get to there.
Right.
Right. And there is frustration. No
Oh,
kidding.
absolutely.
Right. In that sense. So it's like, you know, I don't know. Sometimes I guess I'm a little Pollyanna about it because I do know that when it is so bleh on this side, my glow up is just as bright, right? It's like there is a balance to that. So if it's really sucky,
Yes.
then it's really good when I get there. And sometimes I just have to go, okay,
This
you know, hang on.
I frequently say, I guess this is what we're doing.
Yeah, there you go.
It's not good, it's not bad. This is
Can't
what
wait
we're
to see
doing.
how God works this out.
Absolutely. This is
Dakota
what
always tells me, Well, we're in it now. It's where we're at, we're in it now, and then you just go. You just go. And that, to circle back to everything we've spoken about there. So to that in itself, you go, you have your tribe, you let go, you bring in, right? This is what transforms us.
Yes.
This is what creates that resiliency, because we are not alone. We are not an island. We are that togetherness, that God, that divine quality. And with that, then we are able to make a difference.
Yes. And to witness each other
Mhm.
walk through our stuff. For somebody to witness me and for me to witness them, there is so much power and transformation in that. Like I walked with you, you walked with me, and we both came out on the other side, supporting, loving, unconditionally. And here we stand.
Absolutely.
Nobody died. Nobody died. I know
what I would say. It's never fatal until it is.
Right.
Right. Like, we can get through it.
Yeah. I have a staff of 8 that I supervise, and I frequently remind them because they will freak out. And they're like, oh my gosh, but this happened. Nobody's going to die. It will be there. It's okay. We'll support each other. Do what's yours to do. That's something I ask myself frequently too. Is this really mine to do? So that I'm not putting energy where it doesn't need to be.
Right. Making those
Is
deposits that
Yeah.
will bankrupt me.
And I'll tell people, I was in a meeting once and I did a PowerPoint presentation, and they said, we think Erica should do the PowerPoint presentation because she made it. And I said, I really don't have that level of investment in this. To be able to just stand in your truth. I don't have that level of investment. I'm very particular of where I put my energy.
I love that.
And I invested in the people that invest in me or in the causes that are close to my heart. And it makes me think, with everything going on in this world right now, it's very important to focus on what's important to you, your people, yourself, your pets, and your purposes. Because there's so many ways that we could put our energy right now, because it is truly a time of transformation.
Absolutely.
It is going on. But back to that free will, how do you choose to show up? That's all I can control, is how I show up in this world. And it's so easy to turn on the news or to have conversations. All I can do is control how I show up, how I treat people.
Yeah, Effie.
Back to what you said a little bit earlier, one of the things I always tell myself, and sometimes it works and sometimes it doesn't, although I've never actually accomplished what I say, but if I'm having a difficult time making a decision or I don't know what to do, I will often say, as long as I don't kill somebody, bankrupt somebody, or send them to jail, then it's okay.
Yeah,
There you go.
Yeah.
Those are
Including myself.
those are really strong.
Specific.
Yeah.
But I love
Guidelines.
But I love the balance behind it.
It may be very difficult, but I'm not killing you. I'm not bankrupting you. I'm not sending you to jail.
So, wow, I think I'm going to incorporate that. Like a lot of like last year, my theme was stand up, speak out, shine on. And with that, because I had a hard time having hard conversations, and this last year, I've gotten so much better at it, right? And I love that, because I am in a position where I have to have those hard conversations with people, and it's about
Read my book.
I know. I read Anne's book on that. But like that type of litmus test, right? We're just going to say the things that need to be said and be clear.
Right.
What's
And
Brene Brown is the clear and
yes. And if
Clearest
you're
kind.
coming from that place of love,
Right.
if you're speaking from a place of love and truth and concern, you really can't be held accountable for how somebody responds to what you say. I love the quote, "What you think of me is none of my business."
Mhm.
So if I know that I'm speaking from a place of truth and love,
Mhm.
I can't carry how you respond to it.
Right.
It is an opportunity for what? For difficulty and transformation,
Mm-hmm.
and how we all react in those conversations.
Right.
So it is.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Mhm.
Exactly. We are there.
Mhm.
So how are we feeling? We're feeling complete?
Good, yes.
All right. Would you like to pray us out?
Absolutely.
All right.
Absolutely. So feeling the vitality and the love and the energy in this conversation, in this space. Divine God, we give gratitude for the opportunity to share our experiences, to support one another, to show up in love, to speak up in truth, to do what is ours to do, knowing that every experience, every opportunity, first of all, is a blip in your life, but knowing that we can intentionally choose how to show up, how to respond, knowing that connected to source, everything is possible. Connecting with each other in love and support, everything is possible. And just affirming these truths and these prayers, we say, and so it is.
And
So it is. Thank you. Thank you so
Thank
much.
you so much for allowing me to be on this.
Oh,
podcast
thank
with
you so much for
This was
joining
awesome.
me. Oh, I appreciate you so much.
How can we support you?
Well, thanks for asking, Ann. You can support Begin Within Ministry Sofa Sundays by liking and subscribe right now. Right now.
Like.
Like. And you can also go to our website. And if you'd like to donate, beginwithinministries.com. You can make a one-time donation, or you can become a spiritual church club partner. And our partners get, you have to pick up your cup. We get these beautiful mugs. Our partners get that, and they get access to events we do, like coming up on May 8th, our spring concert. Yes.
Such a great lineup.
Oh, they're just amazing talent. We'll have Adam Smith, Marcy Baruch, Cerise Patron, Jennifer Ann Sheets, Sisters in Spirit, and me.
Yes.
And this is an amazing time period. So you can also get tickets online for that and join us there. We are so excited. Oh, does it say Reverend Dr. Michelle Izugu is sending love from London? Welcome to the sofa, Erica.
Thank
you. She's stuff online here. Yay. So just amazing time in May. And you can become a spiritual church club partner for $45 for an individual or $75 for a couple or family per month. Thank you. Per month. And like I said, the other way you can support us is tell your friends, bring people in. We are located, which I think I forgot to say, 7220 North 16th Street between Glendale and Northern. And we are in building A1, and we have a little sign on the door, and we have a little sign out front, so you can find us every Sunday at 11:11 right here. So have a great week. We'll see you back next Sunday.
Be well.
Bye. Let's see if I can end it. I couldn't start it, but I can probably end it.